Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning. Let me just look for my stuff. Where my stuff is. What happened? Good morning, everyone. Oh, that was hard. It was a hard start of the day. How's it? Hey, Cookie. Good morning, Popo. Good morning, Yolanda. How are you? Carissa McNear. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? How are you all doing today? Fix this with no air is coming in. Why is it that I had the air conditioner on all night last night and I sweated? Why is that? Is it better? You know, Mercury retrograde has really gotten to me with StreamYard this year. Oh, good, it's better. Yay! All right. How are you all doing? Yes, it's better, much better. Good, good, good. Better, better, better. Good. Thank you, Tony. Hi, Steven. Hi, L. Williams. Okay, good. How's everyone doing today? Retrograde has been off the chain. I agree. Every morning I get up and there's something going wrong with, you know, StreamYard since retrograde started. I just don't get it. Ah, I'm just praying that everything goes smoothly. We only have a few more days, you know? We only have a few more days, so let's pray for each other and we can just get through this Mercury retrograde. Hi, Mashonda. Good morning and good health, Dory and the Misfits. How are you? So, I did something to my teeth yesterday. I moved it. I went to chomp down. Listen to this. Tell me how stupid this is. Tell me if we're not dealing with idiot savants, just in general. I brought a shrimp taco. But the way these people make shrimp tacos, they leave the wooden skewer in the taco. So when I picked up the taco, it's so jam packed with, the lettuce, the cheese, the whatever, that I didn't feel the skewer. So I picked it up, turned it sideways. I don't even eat tacos, so I'm really pissed about that. And bit into the skewer, which took my tooth, and pushed it outward. Moved my tooth. Now I got to go to the dentist. I'm doing well, Lashonda. Thank you for asking. Hey, Seventh Spiritual Journey. Good morning and good health. How are you doing? How are you doing? Just so you know, the horoscopes for September are up, right? Lamar and I did them together, so they are up. Um, they didn't look the best for September, but I think that's because we were picking up on Mercury retrograde drama. I'm fine. Today is a good day. That's like the song. Today is a good day. So the horoscopes didn't look the best, but it is what it is. Look at it anyway because we're only midway through, not even midway through September. So look at your horoscope so you know what to prepare for, regardless. And then yesterday, Lamar and I did Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter to see if they would get back together. So check that out. Prior to that, I don't know if we did. Strawberry, Shirley Strawberry, or Steve Harvey. But at this stage of the game, you do one, you do them both because they're just in bed together somehow. You know they're in bed together, right? Steve Harvey went on a rant. Oh, my back is itching. Steve Harvey went on a rant after Shirley confessed that she didn't mean to bring Steve Harvey into her drama, but these recordings make it make sense, call them bedroom jailhouse recordings, got leaked. And I don't know. I don't know. Um, Steve Harvey went on a rant about, it was basically saying don't fuck with his wife. Everyone don't fuck with his wife, but we weren't fucking with his wife, right? We weren't. His wife came on YouTube and was like, this is what he did to me. And you never denied doing horrible things to her. You just got upset when people brought it back to you. And then S.E. Berry had some things to say about you too, Steve. So stop it with the drama about you and your wife. The way I see it, you and your wife might have been separated for about a year now, the way I see it. So if she slept with the bodyguard, it's because she honestly feels she's not in a relationship with you. And you may want her back, and you may have to prove to her that you want her back because she knows where all the bones are buried. Funny thing about Margie, she will tell people where the bones are buried. Didn't she put 2 husbands in jail? In any case, I was watching Fox Soul. How many of you watch Fox Soul? I wasn't true to my teeth, so they're going to be false to me. MJ, that's a good one. Thank you. Good morning, Mother of Brats. Good morning, Sophisticated Conjure. How many people watch Fox Soul? Fox Soul. Oh, oh, good, Ryan. You do watch. Um, you know, I think I like Claudia Jordan. I've always been on the fence about her. Like, I'm like, I watch Fox Soul sometimes when it pops up on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you don't necessarily watch your channel. I like I think I like her. I don't know if I like Claudia Jordan. I don't know if she stands on anything, right? So she kind of bothers me like a little bit, but I'm not sure what the pulse is about her that bothers me, right? I haven't figured it out. But sometimes when I can't figure something out, I just won't invest. I won't think about her. I don't have time for her. Wait a second. I won't think about her. I won't have time for her. If she comes up and something is significant, then I may participate, but not necessarily. Like, she's not one of the people I would be watching out for, right? She's not a Nene Leakes, right? Her presence doesn't demand attention, right? Nene Leakes is not one of my favorite person, but I watch out for her, right? I see what she's about to put out. That's not the case with Claudia. I didn't even know there was a TGI Friday or TGI T. Oh, that's what it is. TAEGIF, right? I didn't even know about this show until Funky Dineva went off on the Halle Berry twin girl, right? What's the name of the Halle Berry twin? Chloe? Is Chloe the one he went off on? Which was like very disrespectful. I have this thing when grown people attack the young. I have this thing about that. Because the funny thing about attacking the young is that you all forget how young and stupid you were, right? Excuse me. And remember, Funky Dineva used to walk around with a stupid wig, right? Like a buffoon, right? So I wasn't like a fan of Funky Dineva either. I thought it was funny when him and Tasha K were going at it, right? But that also seemed to be a lose-lose argument, right? I'm not even sure what those two idiots were arguing about, right? Hi, Rhonda. But then I hear Funky Geneva has a regular stint on Claudia Jordan's show. I also didn't hear that the Queen of Souls or whatever, that show got canceled. Anybody knows what that drama was about? Was there drama? It just got canceled? You get rid of the Queen of Souls, but you bring on a show where you put Funky Dineva and the other one, Al Reynolds or something like that. Not crazy about him either. Remember, he's the one that lied to Star and told Star that he was straight, but he really wasn't. He was hella gay. And she had to find out. Didn't she find out with him sleeping with somebody? I don't know. I'm trying to figure why I don't like these people, but I just don't, right? It was a stupid wig. It was a stupid gimmick. Like, you just look like what he looked like, what they expect us to look like. I think their contract was up. They had Fox Soul on for a while. Now it's 5 days a week. Got it. Got it. So I was watching it yesterday, I think, because the title was Shirley Strawberry. But of course, they've got other things to talk about, right? And Funky Dineva and Al Reynolds, I've decided they just hate women. These two Negroes just hate women. I don't know why I want to watch a show with two Negroes that hate women. I mean, the topic was Blueface. And Claudia did mention that, you know, Rock, because I can't pronounce her first name, baptized a baby. And then it went straight to Blueface and CPS. And it wasn't the first time CPS was at his door, by the way. And that he threatened Rock, if you don't have my baby straight in 30 days, like, but it turns out he was seen on video asking his son if he was gay because the son didn't look at the naked women in the house that day. Like, uncomfortable. I am so uncomfortable right now. And so CPS finally showed up at his door. Thanks to the public, right? And when it was time for Funky Dineva and Al to speak, Al was like, I was sitting next to Blueface in church. I think it's called One Church. Why do I feel like I've been at One Church? Why does One Church ring a bell? because it does. Oh, I think I know what one church is. I wonder if that's that church on Wilshire. Hmm. Let me see. One church, Los Angeles. LA, one church in Compton. Is it in Compton? Then I don't know it. Potter's House Church. I'm sure this is a church, but I don't know this church. So I'm glad I don't know it. I don't know why. That makes me feel better. LA One Church, yeah. Let me see. In Compton. I've never been there. In any case, he was like, "Oh, so I think he said, don't judge me too harshly, but I think he said I was sitting in church, one church. He was, you know, made sure he mentioned one church, plug plug, next to so and so, right?" And when it was time for Funky Dineva and Al to talk, they went ham on Rock. Ham first. The question was from Claudia, do you think he should get his kids taken away from him? Because he's done things, right? She hasn't. He has. And they went ham on the girl first. That baby didn't need to be baptized so early. Who are you to judge? You don't know what's going on with that baby, you know? And so Al did the same thing. Instead of like answering the question, he was like, "Well, I sat next to Blueface, and actually the girl," and you know, he's like, apparently there was no food in the house either. And then he was like, "Well, you gotta, give him a second chance," something like that. And Claudia was like, very softly, Claudia's not a forceful character, and she's like, "There's no food in the house." He's like, "Well, no food. Is that like really a thing?" It was weird. It was very weird. These are men lovers. Funky Dineva and Al Reynolds are male lovers. They love men, and it has nothing to do with them being gay. They hate women. They just love men. And so, if put on a jury, like these people can't be trusted because that's what I look at, right? If put on a jury, they can't be trusted. Like y'all know me, I've talked about this. If I'm on a jury and it's a poor black man that's on trial, like I'm not going to be fair. I'm warning you, it's not going to happen, right? It will be deadlock, right? I'm going to be biased. I don't care. That's how I feel with these guys. That if they were on a jury, and it was a black man that did something to a black woman, they're going to be like, oh, poor black man, and he's guilty as fuck. I'm at the point where I'm questioning whether or not black men like black women, period. Like, do you even like your own mother? Because that's the root. The root isn't the black woman out here. The root is your mama. I'm just saying. And then Claudia says, I'm never going to, after their comments, because their comments were so derogatory, Claudia goes, I'm never going to get on mainstream TV. And she said it so organically from her gut. I think the show should be shut down. I really do. I think, Claudia, if you can't handle these two men, the show should be shut down. Funky Died even admitted he doesn't get paid that much money. And after the whole other incident with Funky Dineva and Chloe or Hallie, whichever one, they shut that show down for a week. His statements were so derogatory toward that little girl that the public went ham. And poor Claudia had to go on an apology tour for Funky Dineva, trying to save her job. Claudia, I just don't think you can handle them. And I don't think they have a place on YouTube if they can't be fair commentators. I'm just saying. I think they're making you look bad. I'm just saying. And you want more for yourself, but it's not happening. Whatever you want for yourself, it's not happening, Claudia. Well, then the black men that like black women needs to make their presence known, because then you're equally as cowardly. If you're not making your presence known against the multiples that have disdain, then you're just like the men that don't like black women. I need to hear you more. I need to hear the masses of black men that will stick up for these bullies in our own community. And you're right, Lisa. I'm sorry if I say like black men don't like black women. That's how I feel. I'm sorry to say it that way, but I need black men to stand up now. I need them to be courageous enough against the bullies, their own kind. In other news, talking about black men, there was a woman that was supposedly, she stated, Chloe Bailey, and they're not twins. Oh, sorry. They're sisters. I'm sorry. Um, there was a woman that claimed she was punched in the face, right? And it was mortifying. But there's one thing I remembered when she said she was punched in the face. Two things. One, she claimed she had just gotten punched in the face, and you could tell in her face it was mortifying to look at, right? I shot her. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Hi, sweetie. Um, yeah, what did I say? There's a petition to shut down the show, LaShonda? What? I would sign that petition. I would. I think Claudia can do better, and I think Claudia needs to figure out how to do better. So this woman here claimed to have gotten hit by a man in the street because she didn't want to give him his number. Now, shit like that does happen. Women have gotten shot for ignoring a man's advances. So it wasn't surprising when I saw it, right? I was like, damn, right? My first reaction, right? Yes. So thank you. Oh, Brandy, how are you feeling? I sent you something today, but I don't know what I sent you, but I sent you something. The one thing I noticed was her, like somebody had just slammed her apparently, and she was screaming. I just got hit with a brick. You guys are just gonna let this happen. I didn't see any guy laughing, taunting her, to be honest with you. She's screaming, y'all just gonna let this happen? I just got hit with a brick because I didn't want to give somebody my number. I have to be honest with you. If you just got hit with a brick, it's not that your face will swell up. You could not scream and yell. Screaming and yelling is not a thing. You would crumble and somebody would have to call an ambulance. Second thing I thought was, why isn't she bleeding? But then I thought maybe it's that type of hit where she's bleeding internally, meaning go to the hospital. I didn't see her say, call an ambulance. I just got hit. Call the cops. I just got hit. Now, there is a police report. Like she went to get the police report or some bullshit. I don't remember. Here's the thing. They pulled the video in that arena where she said she had gotten hit, and there's nothing there. There's no evidence, video evidence of her ever getting hit. There's the evidence of her screaming, but nothing there where she literally got hit. Days later, we find out woman allegedly hit with brick is exposed for her history of using her allergic reaction to garner money, claiming she was assaulted by black men. And she also put out a GoFundMe account. Oh, good. I did send you a video or something, huh? Yes, the woman hit with the brick in the face. Now they're saying it was a hoax because the woman has a history of abusing GoFundMe with false stories. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Brandy. LaShonda, what's RHO? Lied about hit by brick. What's RHO? Let me find it. Did she get GoFundMe monies? I don't know really. Ryan says she had like 3 GoFundMes. That's weird. I got it, Madison. I got it. What time do you want? I'll text you. Oh, is that her name? RHO? Oh yeah, she got a lot of money from GoFundMe. Was she able to cash it in? Was she able to cash in the GoFundMe monies? Because that's bullshit. Perfect. Okay, Madison, you're down. You're down. Your appointment is set. So that's some sad shit, right? Weirdo. And it's one thing, you know, it's one thing to lie on a bunch of black men. See, that I'm not going to tolerate. Yeah, she lied. She lied. Oh my God. Personally, I don't know her name, and she really, or really need to know it. She's just a shitty person to fake abuse. Right, right. Oh, will GoFundMe make her pay the money back? I hope so. I hope there's something in place with GoFundMe finds out that someone asked for money based upon a false story. I know they won't give it out if they find out in time. They won't give it out. But what happens when they give it out? I hope they do make her pay it back. Yeah, it is really sad. It is. And this is where I have issue because, the black man is not the nicest man. I'm sorry. I'll be the first one to say it. But you're not going to lie on them. You're not going to be that chick that just lies on them. There are good black men out there. I want to hear from you guys more, especially my spiritual black men. I need my spiritual black men to just stand up, right? Oh, people can request a refund. Lashonda. Lashonda is sending me something. Remove Funky Dineva from Fox Soul for disrespecting black women and girls. See, you don't get to have the right to disrespect black women, Funky Dineva. It's not right. I'm not down for that. No, I'm not down. Like, and you know what I hate about like companies like Fox Soul, companies like that? It's like they'll keep him on because they like to see us come for one another. So I think the best thing that you all could do, to be honest with you, is to stop watching Fox Soul. It is not worth it. We're losing our soul. Now, again, I don't know if Claudia is my favorite person. I know she has some colorist issues. I know Al Reynolds, is a known liar. He pretended to be straight to marry Star to get fame and fortune out of her, and then used her and abused her. And she was a basket case by the time their marriage was over. Like, you people are not pretty. None of y'all, the three of y'all. So let's start with Funky Dineva and, you might want to consider just not watching the show. Like, my soul matters. My soul matters. And at some point, we have to take responsibility for our own souls and what's being put out there. And men that don't like women, I'm not down for that. Women that have colorist issues, I'm not down for that shit. Life is too hard to have colorist issues. I agree, Tracy. There are good black men. They're not on social media spewing hate about black women because they are respectful and handling their business for the good. I agree. Lysandra says she's happy you're feeling better. So this is, take a screenshot of that. This is the change.org to remove Funky Dineva. So now, oh man, hate using these cards. I wanted to use the lighter cards, but I guess I didn't bring them back here. Let me get the cards I want to use. I just need light energy today. And Rachel True's deck is a really good light energy card. Whew. Do I have my water here? No. What did I do with the deck? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. Good morning, Miriam. Geez, when is Mercury retrograde over? I gotta buy plane tickets. Well, you can buy your plane ticket. It's over in 3 days. You surprised? Fox News gives Claudia and Funky Dineva a platform to talk about nonsense? No, no, because Fox also hates black people. True and true. And remember, it was Fox that screwed Wendy over. She was on Fox too. She was on Fox too. Fox isn't good for black people, except to make fun of us. And by the way, they don't even pay Claudia well. They definitely don't pay Funky Dineva well. He gets paid much less than Claudia. What am I going to say? Oh, are they going to take Funky Dineva off the show? But you're right, L. Williams. I'm certainly not surprised. I'm going to take this one too since it came out. I'm certain I'm not surprised. Will Funky Dineva leave? Yes. They cannot afford to have Funky Dineva on his show. What do you mean realness with Ro? Don't don't I know? It worked there back in the day. Hold on, I gotta pull my pants up. Oh my god. Ah, it's one of those times I just feel like stretching again. I gotta do some stretching exercises, guys. Yes. It could be reduced just to 2 people. By the way, if you want a reading with me, contact me at 213-458-7408. 213-458-7408 for psychic readings. I have openings today. Oh, you worked at Fox? Did you really? That's so true, Dory. We need to be careful what we are allowing our souls on. LaShonda, you get it. That's exactly my point. What are you feeding yourself? I'm not going to feed myself Fox Soul. I don't watch Fox News. So if I don't watch Fox News, why am I watching Fox Soul? And you guys don't remember, there were times when Wendy had to act like she was like, not necessarily a Trump supporter, but wouldn't say anything bad about Trump. Right? She didn't have the freedom of speech when Trump was in his campaigning days and then his presidency. She's like TMZ. I don't even think she talked about Trump the 4 years that he was president. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I do get that he is scared right now. So I do feel like he was threatened after the Halle Berry thing. Is it Halle Berry? Sorry. I'm just really bad with names. The Halle thing. So I do believe he is scared. I think he understands that he has more value than he had first thought, right? Yes, Brandy, that's why I don't watch that. It's low vibrational. Yes. Oh, Realness with Rose says Fox is very racist. I agree. And she's Realness with Mr. Rowe. He's coming from a place of I worked there. There's somebody bigger that is letting this crap go through. And I think that person is about to not maybe lose their job, but not have a say in this anymore. There's a lot of confusion surrounding this show because they do want to make it work, right? The thing that's important here is that we have an election coming up. So if they don't have Black voices as a part of the upcoming election, they may not get what they need. So now I'm going to be watching Claudia very, very carefully. I'm going to be watching what she says about any presidential candidate. And is she going to have an authentic opinion, or is this an opinion where she has to say what Master tells her to say, Master Fox tells her to say? I think someone has to leave the workplace, right? Because my back is to the death card. My back is, I think it could be reduced to just two people for now. I think they're going to be looking for a third person, but I just can't see Funky Dineva staying. I think he's ruining the show. This is Claudia. This is Claudia. And although she's like trying to, I'm going to get that segment. She's trying to be perfect and trying to like look perfect. She literally said, I'll never wind up on mainstream, meaning with the two guys and their idiot savant voices in between hers. And how unfair Al was when he was like, let me see if I can find it, because it was ridiculous yesterday. It was these people were disgusting. I want you guys to hear it. You got patience for me? Because I really think you guys need to hear this. It was disgusting. These men are disgusting. I really think you guys need to hear this. It was disgusting. These men are disgusting. Also, I'm sorry to say this, but I really need Christian Rock to put her tooth back in. Is this the one that I watched yesterday? Let me see.
Express your opinion on this song, but I'm not surprised. It's helping his podcast. The little autistic children in the classroom alone. So what y'all want to do since y'all know so damn much? I'd rather somebody be in there with them.
Like Funky Daniva, a teacher, was in jail for hitting a black student. And Funky Daniva agreed with the white teacher that assaulted the black child. Like, weird shit goes on this channel, and this shit needs to stop. Strawberry. Let me get back to. And they have people sponsoring the shows, like you can literally see the commercials. And if they don't do the right thing, then what needs to be done is that you contact the sponsors. Let me see. What was I talking? Oh,
Okay. For CPS, it's mental and physical. So if they're in jeopardy, either of those, they can be called in. And as it relates to her taking her child out, it's not like it used to be cute. When we were coming up, you're supposed to wait 6 weeks to 2 months before you take it.
It was reported that the Department of Children and Family Services is investigating Blueface and his household after Blueface posted footage of him asking his young son if he is gay while women stripped in a nearby room. Meanwhile, Blueface's baby mother, Chrisean Rock, dedicated her son, Chrisean Jr., in church this past Sunday, revealing his full name, Chrisean Jesus Malone Jr. Okay. Should Blueface be investigated for his parenting? What do y'all think about this? And are things turning around for Chrisean? Al?
so the question was, should Blueface have his parenting skills in question, and should his kids be taken away? And are things turning around for Chrisean? Right? Listen to what these horrible, horrible men said.
Hey, I shared on the show a couple of days ago that Chrisean and I sat together in church at the one church here in Los Angeles, and I said, look, I felt and witnessed a growing up Chrisean. So I'm hoping she has changed. But the question is here, how much can she actually change because she gets rewarded? Her job is to exhibit bad behavior. I wish the best for her in her growing. I wish the best for her in figuring out her pivot. And I hope this.
Well, you changed. You changed from being a con artist from Star to getting your own show, Al. You changed. There's hope for everyone, guys. All right. Sorry.
Child is the pinnacle of helping her do that. So that's what I would like to say about Chrisean. As it relates to Blueface, look, the last thing you want, son, is CPS on your timeline. And what appears to be happening right here is the very thing that got him on all of our timelines may be the very thing that's going to have his kids taken away from him. I hope I'm wrong, because I never would want to see those two kids taken away from him and his girlfriend who lived together, because they seem to, with all their misjudgment, do exercise a great deal of good judgment and having their kids with them at all times.
So he's saying because they have their kids with him at all times, him and his girlfriend, that I'm not even sure is the mother of these children. He says, well, at least they have the kids with them.
Time will tell, but let's see how this is both going to play out for both Chrisean as well as Blueface.
I don't think he has good judgment. You see the video where he was like, the little kids in the pantry with that struggle pantry with no food in there. And he's like, boy, what you doing in here? The kid's looking for food. He's like, there's booty cheeks in the other room. I was like, the fuck? Like, that was
I just mean judgment as far as, you know, we can say a lot about his judgment as far as what he does and whether he has food, but he is with his kids. We know a lot of young black men that have young kids, don't even see him, don't even have the girl.
Make it make sense, guys. At least he has his kids with him. There's no food. Al is being a whole ass.
Or fiance in the house with them. So at least we see him around his kids actively, holding them, playing with them, and hopefully one day teaching them something positive.
They're hungry, though.
I think it might be.
See, what you all aren't realizing is that with Blueface, he's like, hopefully one day we'll see a better Blueface. With Chrisean, I don't think there's hope for Chrisean. That's what I'm asking y'all to look at. I'm asking y'all to look at how much they hate women. Right. That pantry was empty of food. And just dumb. Why have strippers dancing with the kids? And Miss Valentine, double standard. That's what I was asking y'all to look at. Not to say that Al did anything wrong in what he said. He said, I don't see hope for Chrisean. Because she's on a show that promotes this type of blah, 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 blah. But with him, you know, he doesn't have food in the house, but he is with his kids. And, you know, let's look at all the black men that are not with their kids. I don't know about you guys. I see black men with their kids all the time. Tell me I'm lying. That's a slavery thing, but Al's like slave mentality. I see black men with their kids all the time. The worst fathers, the worst lovers, not the worst fathers, the worst lovers want to see their kids. The worst lovers, baby daddies, as a lover, will say to the mama, I don't care about that. Make sure I get to see my kids. So what's Al talking about? But when it comes to Chrisean, I don't see no hope for her. Do you guys want me to play that back, or did everybody miss that? I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm just saying. These are men that don't like women. This is what's being put inside your head. This is rap music on the radio.
With his ass, it might be better if he was absentee, quiet as he kept dealing with. Listen, I know some of y'all, especially from the black delegation, are going to get mad because y'all are so heavenly minded that you know earthly good. All you got to do is throw Jesus in front of something and y'all get blinded. I don't give a good goddamn if she was at church, she was at the gas station. That baby was too damn young to be out. The baby has been out. The baby isn't even a week old yet. And I recognize the fact that she's baptizing the baby and praise Allah, Jesus, and Mary Magdalene. That baby is too damn young to be out of the house. And followed up by that, she's also been spotted at a baseball game with this damn baby. Al talking all this change. I haven't seen change. I've just seen a new pivot of drama. It's now go out in public, hold the baby for photo ops, fussing about Blueface, crying and carrying on while holding the baby. I'm not convinced that people change overnight. I'm not convinced that much has changed with these two. Sorry if this sounds negative, but that's what I'm witnessing. As far as the Blueface and Child Protective Services getting involved, I don't know how I feel about this one. While I question his parenting and I question him and Chrisean and that Latina chick that he's with, I think my questioning comes more from a social perspective and not one of physical harm. I'm not a parent. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, guys, listen. Y'all are missing the point. I'm not talking about parenting classes for these two. I'm not talking about Chrisean and Blueface. Let's stay focused. I'm talking about Funky Dineva. Get off the topic about are they good parents? Let's answer that right now. The answer is fuck no. Period. Don't focus on that. Focus on the fact that when Funky Dineva started out, he hit her hard. Why is she out there with the baby? Blah, 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 blah. That baby's too young. That already shows that she's got parenting, mother problems, yada, yada, boom, boom, boom. When it came to talking about Blueface, well, I don't know. I'm trying to be really fair here. Did you guys miss it? I'm not trying to like make you guys upset with me, but we got to stay focused. I'm telling you that these two men hate women. It's not the first time that they spew hatred towards women, but when there's a comparison, they don't say the right things when it comes down to men. These two are dangerous.
Nor a social worker. I don't know if asking your child if they want to see something that could be deemed, damn, if she was at church or she was at the gas station, that baby was too damn young to be out. The baby has been out. The baby isn't even a week old yet. And I recognize the fact that she's baptizing the baby and praise Allah, Jesus, and Mary Magdalene. That baby is too damn young to be out of the house. And followed up by that, she's also been spotted at a baseball game with this damn baby. Al talking all this change. I haven't seen change. I've just seen a new pivot of drama. It's now go out in public, hold the baby for photo ops, fussing about Blueface, crying and carrying on while holding the baby. I'm not convinced that people change overnight. I'm not convinced that much has changed with these two. Sorry.
That was on the girl. Watch what he says about the boy.
Sounds negative, but that's what I'm witnessing. As far as the Blueface and Child Protective Services getting involved, I don't know how I feel about this one. While I question his parenting and I question him and Chrisean and that Latina chick that he's with, I think my questioning comes more from a social perspective and not one of physical harm. I'm not a parent. I'm not a lawyer nor a social worker. I don't know if asking your child if they want to see something that could be deemed pornographic necessarily warrants children in services. I'm not really sure about that, but I hope that that's enough to scare him into keeping some of his inner workings of his family off social media.
Yeah.
So for Blueface, he asked if the kid was gay and he had a bunch of strippers around. I don't know if that's a problem with CPS.
It's not just that. I think it was the weed smoking too and the drinking.
Okay.
There was some smoking.
Well, it's mental and physical.
Okay.
For CPS, it's mental and physical. So if they're in jeopardy in either of those, they can be called in. And as it relates to her taking her child out, it's not like it used to be, Q. When we were coming up, you're supposed to wait 6 weeks to 2 months before you take your child outside in public. Well, pediatric health experts are saying you don't have to do that anymore. You can take them outside immediately as long as you follow some basic health standards or guidelines.
That's white pediatric people. And black people, we do not listen to that. We don't listen to that. Y'all, Al is normally the facts person. Do not listen to Al. She gonna get a setback. Forget the baby for this moment. She's still wide open. She's supposed to be home.
Alicia Edwards said the baby Chrisean is already the baby having shots. Kizzy Hampton said, I can't take any more of Blueface or Chrisean. Lord, please make it stop. Katie Pop is more positive about it, optimistic, and said Chrisean is going to be a great mom. She loves that baby. And Tanya Christopher said she can change her brand, and sometimes motherhood can do that. Tanya Kelly said those kids need to be taken away from them. The kids are exposed to drunken parents. All right, so it's we got some on both sides here. All right, another celebrity couple took to social media to air out their relationship business. R&B singer Tink and her now.
I completely see what you were talking about also. Why are they talking about this way? Grimy folks with grimy opinions. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, tell me when you got kids, Al. After you tricked Star. Funky Dineva, tell me you got kids. You don't know what it's like. I know people that don't have kids and they still would offer some kindness to Chrisean. And they're going to offer kindness to Chrisean because she's just a woman. And you guys don't even know about postpartum. There's postpartum. And if she doesn't get taken care of in her postpartum state, it takes longer to heal. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Let me finish this up. Funky Dineva is going to have to leave, and it's going to be left with Al. But Funky Dineva has to leave. They're either going to make the decision in 1 week, 1 month, or they're going to make it by January. They might go back to an original form of mostly women and inviting men on, as opposed to having a man to be the focus, one of the operators. There's an offer coming to somebody. There's an offer coming. I'm wondering if the offer could be a male, though. There's an offer coming. They're gonna go down to 3, come back, go down to 2, come back up to 3. At first, I thought this meant 3 women, but no, it doesn't mean 3 women. Here's what I think they're gonna do. I don't know why I feel like Al is gonna stay. I think they're gonna invite somebody else on that might be younger. Like they don't have the right demographics representing that age bracket. So I think they're going to consider someone in that age bracket, right? So it's going to go back up to 3. But the way I see it with the Prince of Cups, because I pulled too many cards, Princess of Cups and Prince of Cups, the way I see it is that they're going to go back up to 3, have one of them be young, and then they're going to have an alternate one that gets to come on periodically. So I think from now on, they're never going to be without 3. And they want to try out somebody new. I feel like it's going to be in the demographics that we're talking about. Chrisean's demographic, maybe 30s, maybe mid-30s, right? Because these motherfuckers are old. And they're starting to have old mentality. And then I think there's going to be an alternate person. There's going to be an alternate person. And I think they already have 2 gay men on the show, but I feel like an alternate person could be a transgender. Could be a transgender person that comes on every once in a while. I think the problem that I'm having with these type of shows is that their opinions are so strong and so hateful, right? It's not like we're talking about Steve Harvey and Marjorie and we're laughing at that, right? Everyone's laughing at that because that is kind of funny. Because Steve Harvey has spent his whole time acting like Marjorie's the shit. Meanwhile, Mary Harvey and Essie Berry has been trying to tell us for years how horrible Steve Harvey is. And now everything's coming out in the wash and we're like, oh, Mary was right. And Mary tried to tell us he took my kids away from me. Like that's what a bastard of a man he is, right? We always knew Marjorie dated drug dealers. So how was this supposed to come out? So now that it's unraveling via Strawberry. And by the way, that's the funniest story I've ever heard. That your husband has been jailed for a year and we never got a Strawberry letter on your husband until somebody else has exposed you all. Like, what were you and Steve trying to clean up for the year? Because Steve never said one time, I knew he was in jail for a year too. Oh, if you knew, then why are you omitting information? We come to you, to the radio show, we listen to you give advice, put people down, raise people up. You do the same thing the bloggers do. But not one time did you, Steve, let us know that somebody in-house husband is in jail for some real derogatory shit. Let me tell you something else that bothers me about Shirley's story. How much is Steve paying her? That one, she gets her car taken away. I don't even think she has a vehicle right now. Two, she loses her house. She's living with people, so she can't even find an apartment on her own. How much money is she making, Steve? Three, that they had a hearing where this bail was set for this man. He does have bail set. And Shirley can't afford to bring him out. And the only thing that they said with the bail set is that he cannot be around children and animals. There would be no jailhouse recordings, guys. If she had the money, Steve, if you paid her money for her Strawberry Letter segment, but I know what y'all do. I know exactly what he did. It's a 2-hour show. She does a Strawberry Letter. By the way, he takes over the Strawberry Letter. She reads the letter. She gives a little bit of her opinion. Steve gives 3/4 of his opinion. So from a 2-hour show, they've decided she is 1/8 the show. And she gets paid 1/8 the show. So Shirley, you don't have a family in Steve. Steve used you like your husband used you. And I don't care what lies you put out there. You told us. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. You told us Steve introduced you to this guy. All of a sudden, I got to get something very clear. Steve did not. Stop. Everybody stop lying. So Steve took advantage of you for 22 years. Had you meet up with a con artist. And Steve wrote his own destiny. You didn't know karma was going to come bite you in the ass with this guy. And how does this guy put on jailhouse phone calls? I'll just go live at Steve's house in Abu Dhabi. Because they're friends. Because he introduced one to the other. Make it make sense, guys. I know. What's Kempire? Why are you bringing up his name, realist? I like when y'all give me one-word sentences. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? She makes no money with Steve. She has to work at 69, 68. There's no money for luxury. So when her con artist husband came along and he was like, we could do this, we could make money this way, we can open up a credit business. By the way, all I keep seeing is credit people getting arrested. Nobody should open up a credit repair business. Nobody. Nobody should give your personal information to a credit repair business. Do not do it. Please. I beg of you. So, Funky Dineva, you will be gone. That's a period. That's a point blank. Fox News can't continue to have you because there's an election coming up. And you are not serving the Black community well enough for us. Period. That's all they do here in ATL. Nothing but scammers. What? That's what I was thinking too, Dory. He can't be paying her a lot. I checked her salary. Listen to this. I got to get my tooth fixed. Oh, let me see. I think I sent it to Aoife Shea. This is from Information Cradle. So I don't know how this works, right? But they say her salary is between, listen to this, guys, 24,000 and 72,000. I don't understand a range like that. And then they go, her net worth is 5 million. I don't get that. Now, she did write a book that gave her some income, right, at one time. So maybe that's where her net worth comes from. But her salary is between 24,000 and 72,000. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, because none of it makes sense to me. I'm going to show you guys. I'm 40 next year. She also took care of her daughter and her granddaughter. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this, because this ain't going to make sense to most of y'all. Oh, it's not here. Where is it? Nope, not video. Hold on, guys. Look at this mess. How is your salary between 24,000 and 72,000? That's a range I've never heard of. Maybe 70,000 to 72,000. That I could respect. How is it 24,000 to 72,000? So her net worth is what she could accumulate, not necessarily what she makes. I mean, am I the crazy one? It's not making sense. CENTS, right? Because she makes pennies on a dollar. I'm not saying she's not supposed to help her husband. Yeah, I am saying she's not supposed to help her husband that's a pedophile. That is what I'm saying. The kid piece had something to do with her daughter and her grandkids, right? The daughter said he came to her and the grandkids. Like, this is weird. The daughter was supposed to go to the police. I'm proud of her. Paris, that's a new one. What do you mean? Like the range, 24,000 to 72,000? Has anybody ever heard of that? Maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I don't know better. Maybe I don't know accounting. Oh, so the site it's not a reliable source. Maybe it shouldn't be spoken on. I believe it. What's the site? Hold on. I believe it. Informationcradle.com is where I got it from. It says inspire, inform, involve. It's reputable. Actually, I don't know if it's reputable. I'm kidding. So, did you guys find how much money she makes actually? Why is it so hard to find then? Let me check another site. Listen, they keep talking about her net worth. Now her net worth is 1.5 million. I don't know how true this is. This is another site where they say she makes $19 an hour. She makes $1,140 a day. After 20 years of being on a radio show. No, that's the problem. She has no investments. She didn't say nothing about 401k. Do you understand? There's nothing. She lost her house, her car. She's living with family members. If she has investments, why didn't she cash any of that in? If she had investments, why didn't she bail her husband out? Listen to what I'm saying, guys. Shirley doesn't make money. If she made money, she would be getting this man out of jail. There would be no jailhouse phone calls. But she don't have the brains to come out and do a podcast because Steve Harvey hoodwinked her. Steve Harvey told her she was nothing without him. He wouldn't let her go, but didn't pay her. I'm telling you guys don't believe me. This site is saying that her net worth is 1.5 million. Her net worth. This site is saying she makes $1,140 a day, $19 an hour. I never heard of that range. I'm trying to tell you. And I believe that she doesn't make enough money. That's my problem. I believe that she does not make enough money. Because I would say to you, why is her husband still in jail? And they did set bail. He could be out of jail. Was she afforded other opportunities? I don't know. I think she would have said to Steve, "Oh, they want me to do a L'Oreal contract." And Steve probably would have said, "Girl, you don't need L'Oreal. Go back to them and tell them if you do L'Oreal, you need to be paid $3 million." The stupid ass probably went back and told them, and L'Oreal was like, "We'll give Viola Davis. We'll have her do it. We'll get Queen Latifah to do it." I think Steve made sure Strawberry failed. I think Steve made sure she did not. Guys, why do you question me? If she has had other investments, why don't we know about it? She's only done a book. Another source of income comes from the sale of her book. She said she was broke. Did you guys not listen to the radio show? To be honest with you, she's acting like she's on the spectrum, guys. She's acting like she's on the spectrum. She's acting special needs. I think she's on the spectrum. I think Steve took advantage of her. Who's a lawyer? Who's a lawyer? Thank you, Bree. Steve is a Capricorn. He's all about his money, and F everyone else. Marjorie has her hands all over this, smiling, rubbing her hands over Coltrane. Don't talk about Marjorie. Don't talk about Marjorie. Steve don't like that. He told us all. Keep Marjorie's name out of your mouths. He told us all. Told us off. Talk about no Marjorie. I found one that says she makes $500K annually. So is that 50,000 monthly? 2, 3, 4. 50,000 monthly? As a radio personality for 20 years in the business? Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. That's what Steve said. So I'm not talking about no Marjorie no more. I'm not talking about Marjorie. Steve, you so cute. You fighting for that woman that's already left you. It's too much. Okay, final outcome for Funky Dineva. Final outcome. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. And he said it just like a ninja too, didn't he? Knowing damn well when he went home, after making that statement, he did not go home to Marjorie. So what you fighting for, Steve? You fighting that she doesn't put you in jail? Because there's something wrong with this story. Marjorie knows too much. She left you. She's with the bodyguard. You and Shirley kept the secret about her husband being in jail for a year. Why? Why? Perfect. Upside down. Healer. This is for Funky Dineva, upside down healer. Taking advantage of those who need help. Also, failing to care for your own self. Funky Dineva, this show, this Fox show, is going to ruin you. You should have never came on this show. It's going to ruin you. Ain't nobody going to watch the show. Ain't nobody going to watch your YouTube channel. You are trash. You are trash. And the one thing you don't seem to realize is that women do stick together. We're going to stick together. And Claudia, I don't know what you're going to do, but you ain't choosing well. You just want a show. She must be a money sign too. She just wants a show. She's not looking at the quality of the show. All right. I need to get up out of here. Do I? It's 10:22. I hate when I start late. It just ruins my time. You know? When I start late. I don't like it when I start late. I gotta fix that. You know? You gotta fix it. Okay. The 5 things, CNN, September 13th, today, Wednesday. It's Russia, impeachment, COVID-19, cold and allergy meds, Libya. All right. Russia, over it. Impeachment inquiry, over it. COVID-19, over it. Cold and allergy meds. They're saying cold and allergy meds don't work, but what they're really not telling you is that the cold and allergy meds don't work if you have COVID symptoms. That's what they're not telling you. Libya flooding. More than 5,000 people are presumed 5,000 people are presumed dead in Libya after heavy rains caused 2 dams to collapse, sending more water surging into the already inundated areas. An additional 10,000 people are missing, according to the head of the 10,000 more people are missing? Oh my God. Whole neighborhoods are believed to have been washed away, and the death toll is expected to rise. Relatives of people who live in the destroyed city of Derna told CNN they were terrified after seeing videos of the flooding. With no word from their family members, aid efforts are extremely challenging, with morgues filled and many hospitals out of service. This is crazy. This breaks my heart, guys. I'm sorry. All right. I think Shirley may be playing a game until she rid herself of that husband. She's playing slow, but she may not be. I think she's an informant. And I think all these phone calls are to make him talk. But a real criminal that he is, he's not talking. I think she's an informant. I think they have something on her, which is why her and Steve have been so quiet. I think she also has something on Steve, because remember, she kept saying, you and Shirley are going through your own stuff. She said it like 3 times. And when she apologized, she never apologized for lying. She apologized for him having heard her say what she said. But she never took back what she said. So you're right in that sense. I think this is a calculated move. And I think in the end, if Steve is involved in anything that created her husband going to jail, if Marjorie's involved, if Steve is involved, the one person that's going to talk is Shirley. So her husband's not biting the bullet when she calls him. He's very coy with her, right? He's like, yeah, oh man, it's so sad. You know? And he's like, just get rid of everything. And she's like, everything? What does that mean? Like, you mean the divorce? Like, Shirley, why are you so crazy? Because I think she doesn't know how to be an informant for the police. And I think these calls are trying to get him to loosen up and talk. They must need something else from him. Something. She tries to bring up her daughter, right? Although she says it with disdain, you know, she's just jealous. But I feel like she is saying things to get him to say something that could incriminate himself. But he's not biting. He's not saying nothing. So I agree with you. She may not be slow. She might be trying to get herself out of some criminal stuff as well. Because I'm telling you, whatever he did, if her name is attached to anything, she's in trouble too, which is why they took her car. So we're gonna see. This drama is not over yet. I also think Marjorie left Steve because of this drama. Do you understand? I think Marjorie was like, you let her do what? I'm out. I didn't sign up for this. Marjorie has never gone to jail for any of her men. She might put them in jail with her little black magic, but she's not going to jail. And this might have gotten her out. This might have gotten out of control. Because that husband of Shirley's knows Steve. Or else, how could he say, I'll just go to Steve's house in Abu Dhabi, making himself a flight risk on those phone calls? There's more to this drama, guys. And I really feel like Steve is going to fall again. If you watch Steve's career, ever since Bernie Mac, he kept falling. He's a comeback guy, but he kept falling ever since he screwed over Bernie Mac. Nope. And I question whether or not Bernie Mac died of natural causes. I question that. All right. I'm going to go. I love you guys. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. I love you guys, though. Take it easy. You guys know everything? Any other comments? Oh, contact me for your own personal reading. I'm open today, right now. But I do want to tell you again, I'm going to mention this again, horoscopes are up. So you can put Tracy Brown and your sign, Lamar Townsend and your sign. Dashikis and bonnets are back. Oh, Lamar I and Melissa Burton did Erica Mena. Lamar and I did P. Diddy. All right. So check those videos out. But call me for your own personal reading. 213-458-7408. Thanks, guys. I love you. 740. Bye. Cue the music.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.